All right, we've got something new here today. This is the T-45 Goshawk from Baja Hobbies USA, and this is our unboxing video. And I just wanted to walk through this thing and just give some impressions and let everybody take a look at it. I put the fuselage and the tail together so you can get a perspective on the size. I mean, here's my span. So we're looking at 8+ feet. On this pretty good size plane. Remember, this is Baja Hobbies USA, and I will say great value. So I wanted to walk through some of the details of this plane, and if you look at, we always like to see some really nice panel details. You got some little bracket plates. It's just really pretty built. You got an antenna down there. You have your nose geared door. Another nice detail, especially when you get one this big, is it has these little doors with a magnet, and I guess you can place your batteries there if you so want. And you have same thing on the other side, and you can see access doors and of course some screws. So you got these access doors, little magnet catch, and just close those. So very handy, and of course you can see inside, lots of room in that cockpit. So that's the nose portion, that's the fuselage of it. I gotta say, a lot of really good panel lines, a lot of good detailing, and so far all the English words are in English, so and actually spelled correctly. I love that. So anyway, that's that part. I'm going to set this aside because it's so big, you have to have room. So set that back here, and then we'll look at this fuselage. So you can see the fuselage, really nice little intake nacelles, and if you look along the side, I love this kind of ripple effect where it looks like it has the metal skin and some lines that are from use and just the stresses on the skin as it operates. As you go to the back, you see some very interesting panel details back here. It also has a speed brake, and so this plane, like many others, it's got several models. So you're going to have, a Bayhawk model, which is probably the one that would have more of this speed brake, and usually the manufacturer has to pick a place. So you don't have the speed brakes on the side like the standard T-45, but you do have this one down here if you so elect to use it. You got this mounting for the vertical stabs. They're all one piece, and a beautiful, very solid bracket between those. Horizontal, excuse me. And that would mount onto this ball bearing assembly here. And then you get a cover panel like so. It's a very light cover panel. It has a couple little small fastener holes that just hold that on there. And so, this is it's a pretty jet, and bang for the buck. It's got a lot of nice detailing. I mean, you got some really cool detailing on the hatch cover, little NACTA ducts, some little insets there. Good looking. On the inside, it's pretty standard fare. It does come with a light kit. There are some lights there's a marker light on the bottom. There is a marker light on the wings. So not a whole lot of lights. It appears to be dual LEDs on the wingtip. But as far as the wings go, one of the things I always want to look at on the wings is, how is it jointed and how well do they move. So you got inset hinges on the main aileron, and a really great range of movement on the flaps. You've got outboard hinges, and you could manufacture some little hinge covers if you wanted to make it look more scale, but it does drop down really well, and you can see from there just how much you can close the barn doors if you want, if you're so inclined. So there's a lot of range of movement on that, and it moves really well. The hinges are put together pretty well. Looks like G10 style hinges. And so wing's pretty solid. It comes with the gear already in it. Of course, I always recommend taking that off, checking all the bolts and mountings, making sure that they're secure, check all the grub screws, put some Loctite, things like that. Never trust that it's where it needs to be, or else you may find yourself unhappy. This wing is solid, let me tell you. This is not a kind of a light piece of material. It's very, very solid. I mean, when I lift it, I'm like, that is a interesting piece. So you got this little turbulent vortex generators, and then this kind of vortex fence. I forget what you call that, but you see the little vortex generators on the wingtip for helps with low speeds. And then you've got this kind of little fence on the wing. It's already on there. It's built into the wing. It's permanent. I mean, nothing's permanent. If you wanted to saw it off, I guess you could. And then you have these little ventral fins. Again, it's not a T-45 thing, but hey, it's this T-45 thing. So those will mount on the bottom, and they got a couple little screw holes, and they'll mount either side of that speed brake that's right here. So I'm going to put it all together just as it comes. I may elect to remove these later. Another thing, here's the tail, and again, I want to check for hinge gaps. Hinge gapping is decent. Plenty of clearance up top, and the hinging works really well. There's nothing encumbering it. It moves easily. So, important things to note. Other thing that came with this is a really beautiful cockpit. So I want to show you that. I think it's probably easier for you to see from this angle. So you have a really nice cockpit, lots of control switches, cool little joystick, and of course you get to double the fun with the action figures in there. But good size, nice looking, reasonably well built cockpit. So if you get this plane, get the cockpit with it. It's pretty nice. You could just some people don't want the cockpit. You could just paint the window and be done with it. Another thing to note when you get this plane is you get a full set of wing and body bags. These wing bags are beautiful. You know, it's got the Chinese something there and 2.5 Hawk embroidered on there, which is pretty cool. And of course it has a little holder for the wing tube. And you do get, excuse me, let me reach over here. You do get a full laid up carbon fiber wing tube with it, not some piece of aluminum. Whenever I get a piece of aluminum, I immediately just chunk it to the side and order laid up carbon fiber. I don't have to do that. They provided a decent carbon fiber wing tube. So I appreciate that about them. Let's see, of note, if you decide to stick with the fuel cell that's provided, it is a 3100 cc tank, so 3.1 liters. Pretty good size, depending on the engine you run on this. Recommendations are a 180 to a 200 to run this. I'm considering a 190. I probably would like a little more fuel, maybe a smoke tank. So we'll see what I do about the tank. And don't typically like these plastic ones, but I always have to say, this is the heaviest, hardest plastic tank I think I've ever encountered. It is extremely thick. So interesting, you know, it's unusually denser than usual. Of course, you get gear in the wing, and then you have a really nice nose gear. There's light on the wing gears, and there's light on the nose gear. Just kind of beautiful, typical JP Fair, decent looking gear. And it says 2.5 meter Hawk on there, laser etched in. Of other note, there's a little pitot tube. Pitot tube screws in here. Now you could pull this out and put your own airspeed tube on there. This would be a really easy one to apply an airspeed tube into, because you have this access to the front. And so that's just one little extra thing to consider if you want to do that. And along with the wing bags, you get, a full body bag. This one is to cover the entire body. but I doubt anybody's going to want to take the elevator off, which is okay because you also get elevator wing covers and a tail or vertical cover. So horizontal covers, vertical covers, leave the tails on, take the tail off. So the rudder would be easy to remove. There's two quick set screws on here, and similar with the wing, there's some quick connects that tighten down at the bottom through holes here. So you tighten there to lock the wing in. Main spar is here. So, and then you've got a couple little stabilizing holes there and there. So pretty simple to lock this wing in and take it back off. Looks like it's going to be very kind of fundamentally easy to put on and off in the field. And then that lock pin that actually holds the wing on is a metal rod. So they're real serious about how that attaches and how it locks into the plane. But you can see from over here, wing goes in like so, and then this rod goes into the locking mechanism right here. So you have a steel rod and then your lock set right there. But not a small plane, guys. Not a small plane by any measure. It's beautiful, it's big. And when you consider the, what is it? Black Horse has their, or Hangar 9 has their new Hawk out. It's not composite. And it's about the same size as this one. This one's probably a little bit bigger than that one. But this plane is actually a better value, both in cost and then the product that you get. So before you buy that paper covered Hangar 9, you might want to walk over to Baja Hobbies, getting tongue tied. You might want to check out Baja Hobbies USA and get one that's a composite version with a full operating horizontal surfaces, whereas that other one is just it's not scale at all. And this nothing. I mean, I'm not saying that this plane is perfectly scale. I mean, I can see a few things, in all honesty, that are not. But in terms of what you get for what you give, I am going to tell you, you just won't be able to beat this. You won't be able to beat it for the price. And I have had a great time flying all my Baja Hobbies USA jets. They all fly extremely well. Like any of these jets you get, there'll be little mods and things you've got to do. And I'm going to continue doing a build series on Jet X RC. That's where I'll put the build series on this. And so I'll work through the installation of servos and any other little things I find. They will be on the Jet X RC build series for this jet. And so you can follow the journey and see what you think about it. And if you're ready for a really large, beautiful, well-priced, compositive T-45, they have the Bay Hawk, they have the Marine version of this. Go over and check out Peter at Baja Hobby USA and get you one. And we'll see you in the skies, guys. Appreciate you. Peace out.